Hello, I'm Chris. Parallel parking, or reverse parking as it's also known as, can be a difficult manoeuvre to get right, not only for new drivers, but also ones with experience, with some doing all they can to avoid it. Parallel parking also makes it into the official top 10 reasons for failing a driving test. So we're going to go through the most common problems, and hopefully you can learn from them and improve your manoeuvre. If you have to parallel park on your driving test, the examiner will say something similar to this. This is the reverse parking exercise. Would you drive forward and stop alongside the car ahead? Then reverse in and park reasonably close and parallel with the curb. Try to complete the exercise within about 2 car lengths. When reverse parking, you'll steer left to get the back of the car near to the curb, and then steer right to get the front in. But if you steer right too late or too slowly, then you'll hit or mount the curb. If you notice early enough that you might hit the curb, then steer more to the right, or stop, observe, make sure it's safe, and bring the front of the car in driving forward. Finishing too far from the curb can happen if you steer right too early or too quickly. Again, steer left to get the back of the car in, but don't steer right too soon, or you'll finish too far out. If you notice early enough, then steer more to the left to get the back in closer. If needed, observe, make sure it's safe, and drive forward to perfect the parking. It's easy to let nerves get the better of you during the driving test and make mistakes that you wouldn't normally do, like steering the wrong way. I'm parallel with the other car. Steering right to get into the space on the left is never going to work and could lead to the front of your car hitting the other one. Parallel parking slowly and in control is essential. You'll need good coordination of the gas, brake, and if you're driving a manual car, good clutch control. Don't reverse like this. You might have to parallel park on a hill. Again, good use of the foot pedals and parking brake will be important to avoid rolling in a direction you don't intend to go. If you're driving a manual car and reversing uphill, then make sure that you find the biting point before releasing the parking brake. You might be the best at controlling and parking the car, but it's no good unless you're observing for others and being safe. Have an all-round check like you normally do before starting, including the blind spot. Don't start the manoeuvre unless the road is clear. You don't want to start only to immediately get in someone's way. Observe all around, looking out the rear window before reversing. Especially look out for pedestrians crossing the road behind, and any cyclists approaching. Observe all around again before steering into the space. This is important as the front of your car is about to swing out. If you're using the side mirror to help with parking, then be careful not to stare at it, but continue to observe all around, especially the rear window. Stop if another road user approaches. If they stop, don't wave them through, but if it's safe, then continue to park, but keep concentrating and don't rush. Be careful not to endanger the other vehicle at any point of this manoeuvre. It's good to start reasonably close to the other vehicle when you drive alongside it, but don't get too close. Stop too close, and not only will you make your driving examiner feel very uncomfortable, but it'll be harder to manoeuvre around it, and you could cause damage. Some new drivers struggle to straighten the front wheels once they've parked. With so much steering left, right, left, it's easy to get confused. If you're unsure, then look out of the rear window, which is where you should be looking most of the time, and sense which direction the car's going. But don't rely on what the steering wheel looks like, as it might look straight, but it doesn't mean the front wheels are. You'd want to finish the parking with your car parallel to the curb, without the front or rear sticking out. If you really can't get it right when reversing, then observe all around to make sure it's safe and drive forward slowly to perfect it. On your driving test, you'll be expected to reverse into a space of about 2 car lengths. If it's not going to happen, then again, if needed, make sure it's safe all around and pull forward to perfect your parking. That's the end of our video on the common problems people have with parallel parking. Hope it helped. If you want to see one way of parallel parking, then have a look at our other video. There's a link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you can, as it helps us to make more videos. Keep safe on the road, and see you on the next video.